is on your side.
Right now at 5, it is a red alert when it comes to the air quality. Take a look, a live look at another hazy day in Columbus and across central Ohio. The air quality indices hitting what's considered to be unhealthy levels for everyone today. The Ohio EPA even issuing a statewide air quality advisory.
It's all because wildfire smoke from Canada is smothering Ohio and 12 other states and creating the orange haze we've been seeing in the mornings and at sunset, much like the video here taken by our photojournalist Jose Bayon showing smoky downtown skyline.
Other parts of the country looking more like Mars. Look at this picture from upstate New York. The sun no longer visible, casting an orange glow on everything.
And a similar look in New York City, too. Well, there's somewhere in there's Manhattan. This is live. The Big Apple, people just saw their worst air quality since the 1960s, to the point that all outdoor activities are being canceled at school. It's even canceled a flight from New York to Glenn International here in Columbus.
Now, while it doesn't look as bad in Philadelphia, they are getting hit with some of the worst air quality in the U.S. You're looking live at the city of brotherly love, which is getting no love as its air quality there hit very unhealthy levels for everyone this morning. MLB games in both Philly and New York have canceled tonight. More than 55 million people total across the northeastern U.S. are affected by alerts.
While the haze continues to engulf our skies, there is some relief in sight.
That's some good news. Let's send things over to Marshall McPeak now with our weather team coverage tonight. So, Marshall, how soon can we see some of this breaking up? Because it feels like it's been with us for days.
It has been with us for days, and it looks like it's probably going to be this weekend before it finally does start to break up. If you've ever had a bonfire or even just burned stuff in the fireplace in your house, you probably have seen some of the smoke that has bits and pieces in it. Those little particles can be small enough that they can be carried around in the atmosphere. We call those particulates, and for wildfires, it can be really dramatic, as we've seen in the last few days. So some of what's happening out there is those particulates are being carried into our part of the country by this big system swirling around near Maine. So that dragging all of that smoke around it down into the Great Lakes and toward the East Coast. There's also some high pressure in the middle of the country doing the same thing, helping to funnel that right through our part of the country. So that's where the smoke is coming from. And for tomorrow, we have another air quality alert. It's going to be at least in the category of unhealthy for sensitive groups. There are times during the day it's just unhealthy for everyone, so it's a good idea to limit some of those outdoor activities. We'll show you more about when that's likely to finally give us a break in just a few minutes. In the meantime, your evening, despite the haze, looks pretty nice. We'll see some sunshine, temperatures in the 70s through 8 o'clock, then dropping into the 60s, and by midnight, we're down to around 58 degrees. Miles Harris has been checking out how this is affecting a lot of folks all over Columbus. He's live downtown with a look at what's happening now. Miles?
Hey, Marshall. So yeah, you mentioned it. It doesn't look super hazy outside at the moment, but it certainly smells a little smoky out here. Now today it does mark as the second air quality alert day in a row, which may or may not be something new for Central Ohio, but when it comes to enforcing those changes for daycares, that's a pretty big adjustment for some of those. So we got a chance to actually talk with one of the local daycares here in downtown Columbus, City Kids Daycare, and we learned more about some of the adjustments, some of the changes they're making when it comes to taking care of their kids today.
Okay, that means that we won't be able to take the kids outside, so we'll just have to do something fun inside. Can you come with me?
Juliet Blackenberry with City Kids Daycare, taking action and keeping kids engaged with their indoor playground and the kids' favorite, water play. These efforts to prevent any of the kids from dealing with the concerns surrounding the air quality.
I still think that it would just be better with an air quality alert to keep them inside, as opposed to keep taking them outside, and we just want to make safe choices.
Dr. Ben Bring stressing for daycares to make safe choices during air quality alert days.
Their airways are a little bit smaller. So a lot of times when these particles or pollutants can get into their airways, it can cause a few more respiratory symptoms than it might with adults.
Choices that parents can support.
Everyone is fine with that because they know that we do so much inside. We have a lot for them to play with. And, we still, again, have our structured activities, so they're fine. They have no problems.
And Marshall, I'll tell you right now, looking at some of the video inside, being around some of those kids, they definitely had some fun, especially when it came to dealing with the water play. And I may have gotten a little wet dealing with the kids today as well. But stay tuned, because at 6 o'clock, we give you more information on what doctors here in Central Ohio are saying when it comes to their message of the air quality alert date and what to look for in the days ahead. Live and on your side here in downtown Columbus, I'm Miles Harris for ABC 6 News.
All right, Miles, thank you so much. And now it's a good time to have our Ohio weather app. It's going to warn you about the air quality, and you're able to use its interactive radar to track the conditions right down to your neighborhood. While you have your phone handy, be sure to follow us on our ABC 6 YouTube page to get updates like this.
But it is a day that if you don't need to be outside, I recommend staying inside as much as possible with the windows closed, running the air conditioner so you're actually filtering the air through your filter of the furnace.
Our entire team of First Warning meteorologists will provide updates even when we're not on the air. Just search for us on YouTube by looking up WSYX ABC 6.